So I guess we'll go on ahead and start.
But
Good day, everyone.
Like sands through the
Wait, what?
hourglass, so
Nothing.
are the days of our lives.
I'm gonna restart. Because I can. Good day, everyone. Welcome to Weisscast. It is Friday, January 17th, and it's your host, Aaron Weiss, speaking, along with my co-host.
It's Bryant. Happy Friday. I don't know what today's date is. Is it the 17th?
It is the 17th. That's what my computer says, so I'm hoping that's what the actual date is.
Happy Friday the 17th.
I hope you all had a great week and enjoyed last week's episode for us listing our Star Wars rankings. I know that my brother reached out to both of us on Twitter and was like, hey, I didn't know I was going to be on the episode. And we actually want to schedule him to be on the episode sometime soon, or on an episode sometime soon. His work schedule is kind of crazy, so let's hope we can figure that out sometime, and maybe we'll be able to record the same way we do. I think you can do three-way Skype calls, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because that'd be the easiest thing to do. Just add another person on the Skype call and record. But yeah, look forward to that in the coming weeks. But for now, I guess we're just going to go on to our joke. And then also, before we go on to our joke, we're kind of changing things up again. We're in some ways going back to an old format, but we're also changing that up a little bit. We have more topics to talk about, but each topic is going to be timed at about 5 minutes apiece, and we'll just see how it goes. Sounded like a good idea, so might as well try it. So, but from there, we're just going to go to the joke.
I'm not sure I understand.
You don't understand what a joke is?
Ow, freaking rages.
Tell me a joke.
Why do sharks live in salt water? Because pepper water makes them sneeze.
I think Siri's gotten dumber.
That's so funny. I saw it coming from a mile away. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That was stupid. All right.
I am making a request right now
Uh-huh.
to exile Australian Siri and bring in British Siri next week.
You know what? I'll think about it. I feel like, and I don't know how this is going to sound,
Don't say it.
so I probably won't say it.
Yeah, don't say it.
We'll bring in British, maybe Scottish Siri. Who knows? But yeah, so
I'd also accept Mandarin Siri.
I don't speak Mandarin.
Neither. Yeah. Yeah.
So Bryant, we'll alternate topics. We'll start with one of mine, then go to one of yours, etc. So yeah, we'll start. So the Xbox Series X won't have exclusive for at least a year, and I think the heads of Xbox, primarily Phil Spencer, told that to IGN. And at first glance, that seems like a bad thing, and I think that's deceptive. And here's why: because the Xbox One X is still relatively new. It's a little over 2 years old at this point, and they're still going to support that. So I think for at least the first year, Xbox exclusive games that come out will be playable on Series X and Xbox One X.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think it's necessarily a total loss. And they've already said that all of Xbox games will be backwards compatible on the Series X. And we all know that Xbox games come out on PC and Xbox Series X. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm wondering what you think.
Yeah, I think that we've seen it's very clear the direction that Xbox has gone. I think that we saw on the opposite side, we saw Sony pump out so many exclusives over the past few years, right? And I think, and very good exclusives as well. And I think that just naturally, people who are fans of Xbox kind of look at that and they're just like, why don't we have more exclusives outside of like Gears and Halo and Forza Horizon and things like that? Why can't we get like much better exclusives and things like that? But the one thing that Xbox has over PlayStation, like in spades, is backwards compatibility. They honor the fact that you've bought games previously on different systems and will allow you to bring those onto your current system. And that's supposed to be available from day one when the new console comes out. And so when you have such a large library of games, especially games that are loved so much, you kind of lose the pressure of needing exclusives so much. Unlike Sony, where if you bought The Last of Us on your PlayStation 3, you need to buy the PlayStation 4 version of The Last of Us if you want to play it again, which is a problem. And so, which is something that PlayStation recognizes and they're going to fix by allowing backwards compatibility to be on PlayStation 5. So I don't think exclusives are. I don't think the lack of exclusives for that long will be much of a problem because the Xbox game library is so large.
Right, and you're still going to get Halo within the launch window. So that's going to look really good on the Series X.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of games announced. I forget, it was after Gamescom, but it was before the Video Game Awards. I think Xbox had some kind of briefing where they announced a bunch of Xbox exclusive games that are being developed, and there's some really good ones.
Yeah.
Obsidian's creating a new one in which it's a role-playing game, but you're shrunk down in your front yard. I forget the name of it, but there's a lot of really good-looking Xbox exclusives coming out within the launch window of Series X. But sadly, they won't be Series X exclusives, but I think that's smart because I feel like pretty much I feel like we're both saying it would kind of cannibalize the market a little bit. Like there are so many people who have just gotten into the One X that want their console to be good for more than a year.
Yeah.
So I think it's smart. It's a little weird the way they announce it, but I think it's smart that they're being transparent with that.
Yeah. So then Xbox fans can't be as frustrated.
Right.
In the event that they're like, what? No exclusives for a year. Phil Spencer can be like, I told you that.
Yep.
So that doesn't mean no exclusives, period. But I do think that the Xbox exclusives still need to be of a certain type of quality. And I think with having playground games and other things as well. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's the timer.
Yeah, but
we can go for a second.
I think that having things like playground games and newly acquired Obsidian and things like that they will be able to pump out better, higher quality exclusives. So.
I completely 100% agree. And folks, that was the sound of our timer. It is crickets, meaning there's no double entendre there. But we will go on to the next topic. Ryan, if you'll introduce it.
Yeah, so one of the most anticipated games coming out in 2020, I think one of the most anticipated games of this console generation is CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077. And it was slated to be released in April, of 2077. Sorry, 2077 G's.
That's like 50 years.
April of 2020. But it turns out that the game has been delayed. And CD Projekt actually released a statement that said basically that they're at a current stage where the game is completely playable and is complete, but there's still work to be done. And they said that what they're doing is they want to hold off releasing the game because of the sheer scale and complexity of all of it, and they need more time to finish play testing, fixing, and polishing. And they said that they want this game to be the crowning achievement for this generation, and postponing the launch will give them the opportunity to do that. And I don't think that there's a developer outside of maybe someone like Naughty Dog, but I don't own a PlayStation anymore, so they don't matter to me right now, that I would trust to handle a game more than CD Projekt Red. So what do you think about the news of the delay?
I think from some developers it is smart to delay a game. Like you're saying, there's those ones like CD Projekt Red, Naughty Dog. You could even throw in Rockstar that have thrown delays at us, but have always delivered.
Yeah.
After their delays, and I think that moving it to December, which is end of Q3, beginning of Q4, is a pretty smart, because
it's actually being released in September 17th.
Did I say September, or did I say December?
You said December, yeah. But it's the same window, but
yeah, I meant to say September. I'm sorry. I literally read September and then said December. But I think that is such a smart window, because it's the very beginning of the fall release of games, and so because it's not in the thick of it, you're gonna have a good selling game, and it would have sold just as well in April, but this point you're going to be selling what you think to be a more complete game, who's hopefully less buggy.
Yeah.
And I think getting at the beginning of that launch window is smart. However, for a lot of gamers, they probably are only going to buy one or two games in the fall, and now they're like, oh man, I'm going to have to give up one of the games that I was going to buy in the fall because CD Projekt Red delayed their game from the spring, which I was really excited for. But I think it's going to be good for the quality.
I also think that it's smart. I wonder if this is as much of a polishing thing as it is a marketing decision, because also being released in April is the Final Fantasy VII remake and the Resident Evil 3 remake. They're both coming out the same month.
I didn't know Resi 3 was coming out that soon.
Yeah, Resi 3 is coming out very soon. And so I wonder if CD Projekt was like, let's push it back. Like, just to make sure that we're going to get less competition for sales. With that being said, I don't know anything major that's coming out in September off the top of my head right now. But I know that those two are very highly anticipated titles as well. So
yeah, that is smart on their part then.
Yeah, so it's disappointing because I was excited about the game, but I will wait for CD Projekt. I will wait for them to release. And it's nice because they don't have a publisher that's constantly pushing them back, to hurry up release windows and things like that, like EA and Activision have done in the past. And so it's nice that CD Projekt has full reign to decide themselves, we're not ready yet. Let's just wait until we're ready, so that when we release it, everyone will love it.
Mm-hmm. Well, perfect. Yeah, we're getting good with this. Let's go on to the next topic. So, earlier this week, I saw an article. Actually, maybe it was this time last week. I don't know. I saw an article saying that Apple is slashing iPhone trade-in prices, and you and I were talking in pre-show. This is egregious.
Yeah.
And it's egregious not only for the fact that Apple's always held the value of the iPhone, but it's also, it seems counterproductive because Apple wants people to trade in their phones to get their newer phones. They want their new phones to come off the shelves because most people are keeping their iPhones over 2 years. And I feel like if you're going to incentivize people to trade in their phones, you'll offer them more money, right? Like, it just seems very counterproductive.
Yeah, it's weird, and it's just kind of a slap in the face to consumers because now it's just a really poor financial decision to trade in your phone.
Mm-hmm.
You get more money for it trying to sell it online somewhere than you would actually trading it in. I was just looking at the article now, and as far back as like the iPhone 8 Plus, you would get potentially up to $250 for a trade-in.
Mm-hmm.
Up to, like, that's the maximum, but you would previously that would get up to $300. So I mean, and I think the other thing they said too is that you're still going to lose around $100 even if your phone is in perfect condition. It doesn't matter. Like, the condition of the phone has nothing to do with this, and it's strange to make this decision mid-cycle that we're just going to slice the prices. It's just kind of, Apple's already has so much competition from Android. And I feel like this is just another thing that's just will push people the other direction.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they're doing this in preparation for releasing less expensive iPhones. Like, there's been rumors of an iPhone SE 2 for a while. There's also been talk that Apple's releasing like up to 5 or 6 iPhones this year.
Wow.
Yeah. So, if you're going to get an iPhone SE 2 and you have, let's just say, an iPhone 8 and you wanted to trade, you're still probably going to get nearly, 40 to 50% off the iPhone SE 2.
Yeah.
If you trade into that. But, yeah, I think it's very anti-consumer of Apple, especially for a company that just really wants people to buy their new stuff because they release it every year. More and more people, like, I know so many people that have kept their phones over 2 years. Like, people are just now getting away from the 6S or the 7 and finally getting like the features of the 8 and 10 that have wireless charging, etc.
Right.
And yeah, it's very anti-consumer of Apple. It's kind of tone deaf because they've always had a decent trade-in program for all their stuff. And just to slash the prices on all that, it doesn't make sense to me. And did you have any more to go?
No, I was saying, come on, Apple. What are you doing? It's frustrating.
Hey, that one was under 5 minutes.
Look at that.
Look at that. Yeah, let's talk about the new NBC streaming service.
Yeah, let's talk about Peacock. So NBC is releasing NBC Universal has a new streaming service that's being released July 15th. And one of the biggest draws to this new streaming service, Peacock, is that the services will be free with ads. But it's really free-ish if you want access to specific content. So like some content will be locked behind a paywall, as expected for a streaming service. So there's like a premium selection with Peacock that includes all of its original content and a library that will pretty much double in size, and you can get that with ads for $5 a month. And then if you want all of that with no advertising, it will go to $10 a month. There's some really interesting stuff on here. They have a show that is being produced by Amy Poehler. They have a show that's being produced by Mindy Kaling. There's a show that's based on the Saturday Night Live sketch character MacGruber, with Will Forte in it. There is a Dungeons and Dragons podcast animated comedy series, The Adventure Zone, that's being released. So they have some really interesting things coming to the streaming service. And it's also right now it's at the same price range at its cheapest as Apple Plus TV. If you wanted to get access to all of the content that it has to offer with ads, it will be $5 a month, just like Apple Plus TV is right now. Yeah. What do you think about yet another streaming service?
I feel like I have the same reaction as a lot of consumers, and I'm tired of all the choices of streaming services. Not only does it stretch my wallet, it just like makes the choice of finding what to watch that much more difficult. There are some things that I'm interested on Peacock, like we were saying in the pre-show. That's going to be the only place to watch Psych the Movie 2, Last You Come Home.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. Like,
I wonder if they will pull the entirety of the series of Psych onto Peacock.
I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually get all of their NBC stuff back on Peacock, like Disney's doing with Disney Plus. They're trying to get all their Disney stuff back to there. Yeah, I know that the contract for Parks and Rec on Netflix expires, I think, in 2022, and Office expires in January 2021. So Office will be on there, and Parks and Rec eventually. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, like.
And those are the big money makers for them. Like, that's what they're banking on. They're banking on things like The Office and Parks and Rec and Friends drawing people to this streaming service. The question is, are they going to allow those three series to be free, to be part of the free stuff, or are they going to put it behind a paywall?
I think they will allow one of the three to be free.
Yeah.
I don't think they will allow all three.
Yeah, they lose probably a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what we're hearing is Peacock is not really free. It's being advertised as free with limited programming. But if you want everything that it has to offer, you will have to pay. But it's not.
I imagine it being like Hulu.
Yeah. It's not super expensive if you do have to pay. It's around the same price, like I said earlier, as Apple Plus TV. HBO Max is going to be the most expensive one at the moment. It's going to rival Netflix's most popular streaming package, is going to be the same price as HBO Max is when it comes out. They're both around $13 a month.
Yeah. The only reason I want HBO Max is because that's going to be the only place to watch Studio Ghibli movies on streaming.
Maybe you can watch Sesame Street on HBO Max?
No, I'm not trying to watch it. Oh, look. Here's our timer.
We're just about to start a riveting conversation about Sesame Street.
We were, and thank God for crickets. All right, we're gonna go to my last topic. You have one more. So this is a really exciting rumor that Horizon Zero Dawn might be ported to PC. And I forget the exact name of the game engine that they use, but it's the exact same engine that Hideo Kojima's new game. What's
Death Stranding?
Death Stranding. It's the same engine. And Death Stranding is on PC, or it is confirmed to come to PC, and that's more of a second party release. So this is exciting because Sony's never opened their game engines to other devs before opening it to Hideo Kojima. And so they've also never had their games released on any other platform. And I think it makes a lot of sense for PS4 games to come to PC. Horizon Zero Dawn is one of their most popular, and I think it could be cool to see all their games come to PC, because as someone that's thinking about the next gen and has a PC that could be upgraded for the same price as a next gen console, I would love to be able to play all my favorite games on one place.
Yeah.
What do you think about these rumors?
Yeah, I'll be honest. This goes back to our earlier conversation about the Xbox Series X and its lack of exclusives. I think that Microsoft is doing the right thing in trying to blend its communities between console and PC. And I think that video games in general need to try and do the same thing. I don't. There's no reason to split the market. I think that developers should work toward making. Ultimately, what they're doing is trying to get their product out to consumers, people who love to play games. And I think that finding a way to allow all games to be available to everyone would be incredible. And so, if the rumor's true and Horizon Zero Dawn gets ported to PC, I think that would be a really incredible step toward that. Because I know so many people who have PCs and they are just like, I can't play certain AAA titles because they won't ever come to PC, and it's a shame.
So there's actually another second party studio for Sony that's bringing their games to PC. It's a Quantic Dream. David Cage, his games like Detroit Become Human, Beyond Two Souls, Heavy Rain are also coming to PC. They came to PC on Epic Games Store, and I actually just found out the name of the game engine that both Death Stranding and Horizon Zero Dawn use. It's the Decima engine. And yeah, the Horizon developer Guerrilla Games actually created this engine, and so now that it might not be proprietary for Sony, I think that's huge.
Yeah.
I would love to see Sony give it out to more second-party studios and create games and bring more first-party games to PC if this rumor is even true. I agree with everything that you said. Microsoft's smart to bridge the gap between the Xbox and PC, and I think PlayStation can only make money if they're doing that. I don't think there's any downside.
Yeah, and you don't want to feel like you're being slated or that you're getting the short end of the stick in one way or the other if you decide to go a certain direction with your choices on what you're going to do with video games. And especially if you're going to do something like PC, which is more expensive up front, but as far as upkeep and upgrading and things like that, it's much less expensive going forward. You would have access to a huge library, but the most popular games out there, some of them you would never be able to play. And I think that I just think that it's unfair to a degree to have that happen to some consumers. So let's hope that we finally kind of meld all of these things together and everybody can play everything.
Yeah. Well said. And another topic that we ended 5 seconds early.
5 seconds early.
Yeah. All right, on to the last topic.
Last topic. I don't know why I said that like the Hot Pocket jingle, but
or
so
Red Robin.
or Red Robin, yeah. So Smash Brothers Ultimate is still going strong. They have five. They have at least I think 5 more slots left for DLC characters, and because one of them was released yesterday, and there were a lot of talks about what it was going to be. Would Sakurai take a left turn and give people what they want? Characters like maybe a Mario villain, another Mario villain, or maybe a character like Waluigi, which is a Mario villain, but a character that everyone would love. And the reveal happened, and it ended up being another Fire Emblem character. The Fire Emblem character Byleth from one of the more popular Fire Emblem games that's come out recently, all things considered. But it's another character with a sword. And I've never seen such harsh fan backlash from this.
Yeah.
As I don't own a Switch, I know you do. And as somebody who owns a Switch and plays Smash Bros. Ultimate, what'd you think?
I think I can comfortably say that most, at least American Smash Bros. Players on Switch, are tired of swordsmen in Smash Bros. They've saturated the game with swordsmen, and I was way more interested in the Mii skins that they announced yesterday. One in particular, the Cuphead Mii skin.
I saw that.
Which is awesome. Who knows? I might have a new main. Like, it looks really cool. I wish that they would have released just actual Cuphead, like announced actual Cuphead, but no. There, like you said, there's so many other choices. Waluigi, King Boo would have been sweet. Even non-Nintendo ones like Knuckles or Tails, Rayman, Bomberman. Those would have been really cool. There's some Zelda villains that don't have any love, like Moblins, or like just Deku version of Link, a Goron. Those would be interesting. But yeah, my friends and I, me, Aaron, Jacob, we've talked ad nauseum on how much we hate Fire Emblem characters in Smash. We thought it was fine when it was like 3 or 4. Even that was kind of too many, but it was fine. But now there's so many swordsmen in general. So yeah, I think the vast amount of North American Smash Bros. Players are tired of it, and yeah, it's I don't know how to talk about it more.
I mean, from a design perspective, all the Fire Emblem characters look the same, with maybe the exception of like Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of them are Marth and Roy clones.
Yeah.
And I think that aesthetically, when you look at that, you're just like, oh, well, that's not a whole lot of variety, considering everything else that you have access to in terms of characters that you can choose to battle with and things like that. I actually saw a funny thing on Twitter where someone posted, here's going to be the other 5 DLC slots for characters, and they were all of the rest of the characters from Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and then the last DLC was the swords.
Yep.
And it's just like, yeah, let's hope that no more Fire Emblem characters.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just hope. One can hope, right?
Yeah. One of the other skins was Altair, from the original Assassin's Creed, but he's a swordsman in the game. In Smash Bros. However, he's not technically really a swordsman, right? Like, he has like the hidden blades or whatever. I think that would be really interesting to bring to Smash Bros. But no, we got freaking Fire Emblem Byleth.
I feel like what Sakurai needs to do on this next release is to they announce that they're going to do a live stream, and then the live stream is you see the live stream time is going to be like, they say they're going to do a live stream, and then they cancel the live stream, and Sakurai releases a 1-minute video of a release, and he just comes on the screen and just says, I don't want you to ever ask me for anything ever again. And then then he backs away and it goes like, so here's the next character coming into battle, and it just goes, wow, and that's it. And you know it's Waluigi. That's all they need to do. Just give the people what they want, which is not more Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah, that's so true. We don't want that. I'll riff on this for another minute or so, because we're actually way ahead on time because of the timer. We can maybe even adjust the timer. We'll talk about that some other time. But I had really high hopes with the release of Banjo and Kazooie as a playable character because of their newfound love friendship with Microsoft. I was really hoping that they would bring more of the rare characters. But yeah, I just don't understand this decision. I actually found out that Sakurai actually does make the final choice himself, and it just seems like he's not listening to a large percentage of his fans. Like I said, I can't speak for anyone outside of America on their reaction. I feel like most of the reaction for Fire Emblem characters was inside of America. But like, I don't know what Nintendo Europe fans think or Nintendo Japan. But yeah, we're tired. Smashdown is not fun because of all the Swords characters.
Yeah. Man. Well, let's see what they do next.
Yeah, that's all we can do, huh?
Let's just see.
Well, it sounds like it's time for TV show 20 questions.
TV show 20 questions. All right, I got the TV show. You got the questions.
All right. Was this TV show, or is this TV show, what did it start within the last 10 years?
Yes.
Okay. Did it start within the last 5 years?
No.
Okay. Did it end within the last 5 years?
It has not ended.
It has not ended. Okay. Started within the last 10 years, but has not ended.
Yeah.
Is this a comedy?
It is not.
Action?
Yes.
Okay. Action show that is started within the last. Okay. Is this on one of the 4 major networks: CBS, ABC, Fox, NBC?
No.
No. Is this on AMC?
Mm-mm. So when you say 4 major networks, you mean like specifically on that channel, right? Like that main channel?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So no, I just wanted to make sure.
Mm-hmm. It's an action show. Is the main character a male?
Yes.
Is the main character white?
Yes.
Was the main character known for this role?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Action show, main character is known for this role. Could be on a subsidiary. Was this on USA?
Mm-mm. It is not.
Is this main character known for any other roles?
To my knowledge, no.
Okay. That's actually really helpful. Does this show revolve around some sort of law enforcement body?
No.
Okay. Action show, no law enforcement. Two more till my guess, by the way.
Okay.
Does the show have like a mentor type role for the protagonist? Like, is there a mentor for the protagonist?
No.
Okay. Is the show on TNT?
No.
All right.
I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of a guess to give you, because it's one of those where it's very precarious. If I give too much, you will get it. We both would talk about this show at length with one another when we were both in college together.
Oh, wait. Okay. No. Is this show American?
Yes.
Huh. We would talk about it at length in college.
Well, when you say American, do you mean like the show is based, or was it filmed in America?
I guess kind of both.
So it's not filmed in America,
But it's based in America.
but it's based in America.
Okay. We talked about it at length.
Yeah,
Was
there's a point where we would talk about it quite a bit.
the show on the CW?
It is.
Is it in the Arrowverse?
It is.
Is it Arrow?
It is. It is. Yep.
Yeah, you're right. It's filmed in Vancouver.
Filmed in Vancouver.
Yeah, that was a pretty good choice. And yes, the guy is known for
Pretty much that role.
that role. Yep. I actually heard.
Go ahead.
I heard that the crossover this season was really good.
Yeah, the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yep.
Yeah.
I might have to get.
I have to get back into it.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of them last season. I had kept up with all of them until last season. I didn't watch any of them, and now by the time they're all on Netflix, I will have been 2 seasons behind.
Yeah. This show has been on the air for 8 years, 8 seasons, 168 episodes, it's still going.
I thought it had an ending in sight.
I don't know. They worked so hard to kind of like create the Arrowverse.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a really, really, really like large, like it's not really a spoiler.
Uh-huh.
You know how Marvel movie studios made it very clear, almost like to the point to where it was borderline like rude, that the TV shows that take place in the Marvel universe have nothing to do with what we do with our movies. Like these characters will never ever meet, ever, right? DC movie studios just had a crossover with the Arrowverse.
Yeah, I saw that
Yeah.
headline.
Like they are blending the two,
Hmm.
which I think could be a huge step forward for DC in trying to combat Marvel if they do it well.
Yeah.
So like DC's like they do what they do on TV better than what we do on the silver screen, so we're gonna hang out with them. so that's really cool. So yeah, you got it. Dang it.
I've been looking for a new TV show, and so maybe I'll just get back into those Arrowverse shows, catch up on them, and so by the time I'm done with catching up, all the new seasons will be on Netflix, and I'll be able to finally enjoy Crisis of Infinite Earths, the 5-part, pretty much movie.
The 5-part deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been people really liked it. I was surprised. I mean, they worked so hard to get all of those things together. They like Supergirl got canceled like on I think it was Fox like way back when, and then they were like, "We'll take it."
Yeah. And
like,
now they're starting Superman and Lois.
Yeah, which is like, man.
Shoot, they're adding they already added Batwoman, and so like I already had 4 shows to keep up with.
Yeah.
And now
how long until Robert Pattinson shows up on TV as Batman?
Oh my gosh.
and
now
yeah.
It went from 4 to 6. Now there's 6 because of Superman and Lois, which will be premiering this fall.
Is DC Legends of Tomorrow still a thing? Is it still on the air?
I thought so. Maybe it got canceled.
Because I mean, the Arrowverse is what? It's Arrow, Flash, Supergirl. I thought the main 4 were Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow. I thought those were like the main 4. And then they added Batwoman. And then
Legends of Tomorrow got renewed for a 6th season.
Yeah, so those are the main 4. Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then they added Batwoman. And now they're adding Superman and Lois.
Yep.
Wow. They're doing really well with that. They should be very proud.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the quality of some of the other ones, but like people really like it. So, man.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna get back into them starting today.
There you go.
I actually really like Supergirl. It's pretty good. Has Martian Manhunter in it. Love Martian Manhunter. Yeah.
I remember when we like would talk about it and like, we would be watching. We would be watching Arrow. Those first couple seasons were outstanding.
They were.
And then it took a super hard dip, and then they just came back.
Yeah, season 3 took a dip. Season 4 was real bad. I actually haven't even watched season 4. I just skipped it. And then then I watched all of season 5. Season 5 was pretty good. And I think I haven't watched. Let me see what I haven't watched. I don't know.
You've watched more Flash than you have Arrow, right?
No, they're equal.
Okay.
Maybe I've technically watched more Arrow. I don't know. Let's see. I have not seen season 5 of Flash or the current season, which is season 6. I haven't seen season 7 of Arrow. Actually, I don't know if I've seen 6 of Arrow. Anyways, we're
just talking at this point.
Sorry, people.
The Arrowverse on CW is doing really well. So if you are interested in watching something TV show related and you can't wait until Black Widow comes out later this year, you can watch these shows and scratch that superhero itch.
Yeah. Yeah. From there, I don't really have a closing song, but I'm gonna look up a song real quick. And here's the OG Batman theme remix by the
No
J
trap?
Squad. I don't think it's trap.
Oh man.
No, it's not trap.
New year, new Weisscast.
Well, I don't feel like searching that hard for. Oh wait, here's a trap remix. Never mind.
Daggum it, I shouldn't have said anything.
Dave by Dave. Oh, this one's way better. This one's way better. So enjoy the song, enjoy the outro, and we'll catch you on the next one, maybe. Peace.